Hey, what's going on, Hammer fam? Welcome back to HammeredHead. As you probably know, the HasLab campaign for the Mos Eisley Cantina is currently ongoing, and I wanted to do some other bar-related figures to kind of, set the mood for the cantina and get everyone in the right mindset to have a full-size bar. So I'm going to do a double feature today with figures from the Outlander Nightclub out of Attack of the Clones. We got Elan Sleazebaggano and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And each of these comes with their own section of the bar from the nightclub, and they connect to each other. So I'm pretty excited to have that little mini set built. But looking at Elan Sleazebaggano, I really like the sculpt they went with. The face looks pretty accurate to the picture. He's got that cool overcoat going on, and it looks like he's got a nice shirt under there. He comes with a drink and death sticks, which is fun. Nice portrait up there. Elan Sleazebaggano. The shadowy depths of Coruscant are replete with unsavory characters such as Elan Sleazebaggano, a slimy dealer of illegal substances who frequents the entertainment district's nightclubs and bars to peddle his wares. His attempt to sell death sticks to Obi-Wan Kenobi resulted in a complete change of profession after the Jedi used a gesture of influence to encourage the sleethmonger to adopt a new lifestyle. It's obviously a funny scene from the movie when he just tells him to piss off and do something new. I'm glad they made this guy into a figure because it's a cute little interaction and it looks pretty good. Obi-Wan Kenobi is a little more basic, just like the standard Obi-Wan figure from this line. He gets a little shot glass, I guess. That's a cool image of him right there, like he's an undercover cop or something. Again with the portrait, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker chased the assassin who attempted to take the life of Senator Amidala into the Outlander Nightclub on Coruscant. As Obi-Wan bides his time, waiting for his quarry to make a move, he is approached by one of the low-life sleethmongers. Using the Jedi gesture of influence, he convinces the sleethmonger to reform his corrupt ways. So I guess it's a wholesome experience, if you really think about it. But he doesn't really do a lot, so I kind of he's got action shot standing this way and then action shot standing that way. I don't think the figure has a lot of things going on for him. It's also interesting they didn't include the lightsaber, which I'm okay with. I think it's nice he just has the little shot so he can hang out and have a good time. But I'm pretty excited to see Elan for sure, and definitely the bar pieces put together. So let's take them out and see how they work. Here they are, just getting after it, having a nice night out on the town. They're pretty good overall. Their sculpts are a little bit dated, especially Obi-Wan. I think he really doesn't look too great, but I'm still happy with it. It's just really fun to have them in this bar setting. So if you look at his face, it is really cursed. He looks like PlayStation 1 Obi-Wan, if that existed. I wouldn't even call that PlayStation 2 Obi-Wan. That really does not look like the guy. But it's still an interesting sculpt. I kind of like what they did with the hair. Again, it's not super realistic or anything, but it's kind of just a fun vibe. And then as for the rest of him, it's okay. Again, it's really dated. So the robes are kind of bulky. Look at the sleeve thing. An okay amount of detail on the belt. He's got a few pouches. His lightsaber's molded into him, so at least he has it on his body, which is something. There's the undershirt on there too. I do like this, that his hand is sculpted to do a Jedi mind trick type thing. So that's a nice touch. You can actually have him posed as if he were in the scene. And then the shade on the white pants are okay, and the boots are fine too. But he's got swivel knees, and they look really chunky. So Obi-Wan's kind of weak in this set. Oh! But he's okay. At least he looks funny. Oh god. Mr. Sleazebaggano, I think, looks a lot better. It might not be a fair comparison because we only see him for a split second. So we're not as used to seeing his face. But I think it looks pretty realistic. I especially like his hair. It looks really epic. And then like his little tendril things sticking out the top of the head are cool. His choker is like a cool dark brown shade of leather. So that looks kind of nice. And I just really like his outfit. Like this gray overcoat he's got on looks awesome. It's a really cool shade. And it flows well. I like how it's like kind of pulling in front of him here too. It adds like a nice layer of movement. His dress shirt is cool too. It does look very flashy, like he really does belong in Coruscant nightlife. And he's got these nice pants too that are actually kind of baggy down by his feet. So again, not up to today's standards overall, but I do like this figure a lot. I think he looks phenomenal. And one of the best parts of this set is definitely the accessories. Each one comes with its own bar section, which are pretty much identical. The Obi-Wan one has this part that goes over on top of Elan's for the connection, so that it just slides right on in. It doesn't attach super well, but for the sake of a diorama, it's okay. Like it's not gonna, like it'll work. But overall, I think as an entire bar, it looks really cool. It really gives off like Coruscant elite vibes. If you pull up like a bar stool here, you'd have the figures like rest their feet on the stand here, which is nice. And it's also like the perfect height, so Obi-Wan can just come up, chill out. You can have like a bartender on the other side. So it's actually made pretty well, all things considered. As for the other accessories, Obi-Wan does come with this shot, which is just a single color red piece of plastic. So nothing too exciting about it, but he holds it really well. Like it fits in his hand perfectly, and it looks pretty Star Warsy, so I'll take it. And then Elan comes with a few more. He gets a set of death sticks, which is really fun. Looks like that middle one he's been taking a little taste of. So that's a pretty cool and unique accessory. He gets this blaster pistol, which again is a nice sculpt. Gives him a pretty unique vibe. And let's see if it fits in the holster. Oh, it's kind of hard to get in there because of his overcoat. There we go. Yeah, so it's actually a really nice fit. You can wear it right underneath. So that's great news. And he comes with his own drink, which I do really like. That's a nice dark shade of blue on there. And I like how it's only like partially full. It's actually pretty nicely done. A few imperfections on it, but that's okay. Again, kind of a product of the times. And something nice about the bar, if you look on the back, they actually have like these little glass holders, so you can slide that in there. And if you have drinks from maybe some of the Cantina sets, they might be able to fit in there, and you can actually like stock up an entire bar. But it's just a fun little storage area for it. You want to buy some death sticks? You don't want to sell me any death sticks. I don't want to sell you any death sticks. You want to buy some death sticks? Articulation is pretty rough on these guys. Elan just has a few swivels in the head. His right arm has a double swivel there. Left is just a single. And then, yeah, doesn't even look like his waist swivels. And nothing in the knees, just swivel hips. So he's pretty much just going to be standing there. And Obi-Wan is a little bit better, but still pretty rough. So he's got the swivel head. His right arm has no articulation in the elbow or wrist, so he's got the mind trick. He does have what looks like a ball joint shoulder, but look how like sort of disconnected it is there. It's kind of actually hard to move around very firmly. So it's pretty rough. The other side, his shoulder's a little bit better, and he does get an extra swivel elbow, so he can like move his drink around. And he's got swivel waist and swivel hips and knees. So he's got a few more pieces than Elan, but by today's standards, it's not very good. So if you just want him standing there at the bar, he's going to be okay, but you can't really do much more than that. There you go. That's Elan Sleazebaggano and Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Outlander Nightclub. The figures are pretty outdated, like I said, but I'm still very happy with it, especially Elan. He's got one of the coolest names in Star Wars, so I love that they actually made an action figure of him. His outfit is really nice, and the sculpt looks pretty good. And I also think it's really funny that he actually comes with death sticks, so you can have him like trafficking narcotics in your dioramas. So that's really cool. And of course, the bar itself is a wonderful accessory. Really helps with the world building. And again, like I said, HasLab is open for the Mos Eisley Cantina. So if you like this bar and you want an even bigger one, be sure to back it. I'll leave a link in the description. But that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page. And don't forget, stay hammered.